Happy Sunday. Real quick, I say real quick, but I'm going to try to explain this the best I can. Everyone pretty much knows how much of a fan I am of the Lake Country pads with Menz. Been using it for years. It's probably not going to change too awful much anyway. I will be making some changes. If you can see that vehicle right there, 2013 Chevy Impala, GM black, from an era or a time span where we have known GM clear coat problems, a lot of clear coat failures, repaints under warranty and recall and everything else. But this car is in for a two-step paint correction. I'm doing a ceramic on it just to get some older stock out of my refrigerator. We're doing a full interior, just trying to spruce it up a little bit. There are defects on the paint that there's a lot of solvent pop. There is damage to both the front and rear bumpers on the driver's side. There is a lot of bug etching, a lot of stone chips. I'm probably going to address that later with the customer, and probably, I would say maybe a year or two. She said she's going to pass the vehicle down to her grandkids as a starter vehicle. So we may replace the rear bumper, repaint the front bumper and the hood at that time, just to kind of clean it up. But for my two-step paint correction, what I'm using is microfiber pads on a DA with Zvizzer HC, which is heavy cut. It's the pink red bottle. So I have Lake Country microfiber and Zvizzer microfiber, clearly marked. This one not so much, but this is the Lake Country one-step microfiber pad with the orange interface, not the blue. There's also a difference in the microfiber fibers themselves. I don't really know what that difference is, but I can tell a difference when I'm buffing, because these fibers do not cake up like the ones on the blue pad do. I don't know if that's a difference with heat transference or something else. I use them the same way, but I always, within the first panel and a half, I'm replacing the blue interface microfibers from Lake Country. So in doing my test spots and everything like that, I have found that the combo that I'm going to use on this vehicle is microfiber, the orange interface microfibers, with Zvizzer HC, followed by Lake Country green CCS, which is a medium polishing pad, not to be confused with the orange medium cut pad. The green CCS cut Lake Country pad on the DA with Menz 2500. So that's the combo that I'm using on the vehicle. I will take you over and do a walk around real quick here in a minute, possibly. I do have another video that I'm going to upload with test spot just cutting, just so that you can see how this is a Zvizzer heavy cut is finishing out. It has made the job on this GM black extremely easy. It's probably my new favorite combo pairing for GM black, and I will be testing it on another kind of an older GM to see how it does on that as well. But anyway, what I wanted to show you is the difference between these two pads after using them. So all I'm using right now, normally with a microfiber, I have to use a pad spur to keep the fibers loosened up. With both of these, I am using just my regular pad brush to keep the fibers loose. It's working great. I did probably 2, maybe 3 panels with the Lake Country pad. And then I started getting a lot of excess heat and stuff like that. So I went and washed it, and it's been drying. So now it's dry and ready to use again. But you can see how squishy the foam is on this Lake Country pad. And when this pad gets hot, that foam starts, I'm not going to say break down, but it weakens. So you end up with a little bit more stalling, and then you end up with compound getting caked up, stuff like that. So you really need to watch your heat with this pad. I'm not saying that's bad. You should be watching your heat anyway, but stuff like that can lead to pad failure. It can lead to burnt clear coat, etc. So that I feel like that's a little bit easier to achieve with this one. With the Zvizzer pad, check this out. Look at how stiff that orange foam is compared to the Lake Country pad. Now, it's not so stiff that it won't conform to edges and rounded fenders and stuff like that, but this is also a pad that I am using currently. I just pulled this off of my machine, and it has done half the vehicle, just this one pad, and all I've been doing is brushing it out. Now, some of you are going to say it's dirty, you need to wash it, this, that, and the other. Yeah, I get it. This is the only one that I have right now, because I was testing them. So I am going to continue using this for, I have clay barred this car twice. There is an obscene amount of undercoating on the entire exterior of this vehicle, and no matter how much I've clayed, I am still picking up a little bit of undercoating residue. So instead of wasting more time, wasting more material to get it wiped down with lacquer thinner or whatever, I'm just buffing. All right, I'm not saying that's the greatest idea, but it's what I'm doing. It's what I need to do to get this car out of here and move on to the next job. So we're just throwing this pad at it and we're letting her eat. It's kind of torture testing this pad to see what it's capable of. And I can tell you that 5 panels in, this thing is still performing like I just pulled it out of the package. So I am very, very happy. I just keep it brushed out a little bit. It is not caking up whatsoever. You can see that it's still pretty fluffy. So very, very, very happy with this pad, using that with Zvizzer HC, starting at speed 4 on my DA, and I do 2 passes at 4, and then I kick it up to 5 and do 3 passes with 5 until the compound is kind of starting to cycle out a little bit, and then I'm done. So that's how that's working. I will post another video here later, kind of showing some results, so that you can see for yourselves what it's doing. But yeah, definitely impressed. I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of my Menz and my Lake Country, but I think I will be changing a couple of things up that I'm using, specifically the Zvizzer, these microfiber pads in place of these ones. Once I get these ones all gone, I probably won't order anymore. I may stick just with the Zvizzer from here out for the microfiber at least, and we'll see how the rest of the testing goes later.